Hello and welcome to day 2 of Mental Health Awareness Week. Today's theme from the 5 Ways to Wellbeing is give. So give your time, give your words, give your presence. And in that act of giving, it makes us feel good. A little act of kindness, whether it's small or large, it can really help increase our happiness, our life satisfaction and our general sense of well-being. So rather than giving material things, think about giving time, presence, and your words to the people that you interact with today. So through this Pilates practice, I'm giving to you. I'm facilitating this in a community effort we're topping up together. So I'm giving my instruction to you through this practice, and I'd like you to bring to mind throughout the practice how you'll be giving and the impact that giving has on you. Aside from that, this will be a 30-minute Pilates practice. It is designed to build, and I will have modifications. So we'll be coming in at A level and perhaps offer a bit more challenge. However, it's generally a relatively basic form of Pilates today. Some quite traditional exercises and a few different ones thrown in as well, and targeting each area of our body. Quite a lot to achieve in 30 minutes. One thing to be aware of in Pilates is we have a few different principles that we're engaging. One of them is our core. One of them is concentration as a principle. One of them is centering, which is linked to the core, drawing into our center. Another one is breath, really important to keep breathing. Another one is precision. So we're bringing real focus and preciseness into our movements. And then finally, flow. So you'll find maybe a rhythm coming in as you flow through the exercises. So take a minute to get whatever you need. If you do have a mat, then great, grab a mat and get ready. If you need a little drink nearby, whatever you need just to get ready, you can pause this video and then click play when you're ready to begin. And let's get into our giving mode. Let's give to our bodies as well. Give this practice to your body. Okay, so let's get ready to give to our bodies in a Pilates practice. We'll start with a little warm-up. So take your feet hip distance or wider apart. We're just going to come through some squats. So bending, sticking your bottom out behind and rising back up. Good. With your arms, they can come out to the side, or they could stay down by the side, or they could be on your hips. And depth is always up to you. So how deep you go in these moves is always up to you. Nice and upright in these as we squat down and up, and you're drawing your navel in towards your spine. Your core is nice and engaged. Eye gaze straight forward, give a little smile. Good, nice. Let's do a few more. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, bringing your feet together. You're going to do a little bit of balance. So standing on one foot, take one foot out to the front. I'm going to have my hands on my hips, back to center, out to the side, back, and then to the back and center. Forwards, back to center, to the side, center, and back. Good. Now, whilst you do these, I'd like you to stand nice and upright, and you'll be wobbling a little bit, perhaps on that standing foot. And you're always drawing your navel in towards your spine, and you're elevating the crown of your head up towards the sky. One more this side. Good, concentrating. Nice. Okay, shake that off. Come to stand on your other foot, and foot out in front first, center, side, and back. Also helps to point your toe. And we're not landing our foot, we're just gently tapping. And standing nice and upright as we do it. So we're not moving our body, the center of our body as we move. In Pilates, we want stability as we move. So I'm moving here from my hip joint to move my leg. Nice. All right, let's do one more this side. To the front, side, back, and back. Have a little shake off. We'll just get that heart rate going a little bit here as well. So we're coming to a running person kind of position. So on a diagonal, arms out ahead of you, and you're going to be taking one knee to your elbow. So I get into a little squat position like this, a little lunge, and then draw your knee in and back out, in and out. Once you got that hang of the movement, increase, little movements. And here you're contracting in and extending out. Get nice length through your arms. I like to have my fingers wide, but you can have your palms together as you do this. All right, takes a bit of coordination. I lost a little bit there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's do the other side. So setting up first, you should feel your heart rate moving a bit here. Arms out in that little split lunge and go. Start off slow, get a couple going, and then let's increase. Increase your speed, get that little rhythm, bending into your front leg and crunching in and out. Keep breathing. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Standing with your feet just wider than hip distance, and let's just flow. So loosen up here. You might hear my breath as I'm talking to you, as I'm doing these exercises. Good. All right, to start with, we're going to come onto our back, onto your mat, and do a little bit of breathing. So lying on your mat, your feet are on the ground, knees up to the ceiling, and your hands just by the torso, sides of your torso. And then take a few breaths, just letting your breath return. You can close down your eyes here and feel in your body alive, what it feels to be. Just raise your heart rate a little bit. Feel that surge of energy through your body and what you're giving to your body through this practice. Now from here, pop your hands on your ribs with your fingertips touching. And then as you breathe, focus on your fingertips moving apart from each other and then back towards each other. So in Pilates, we like to get our lateral breathing going. So our rib cage is expanding to the sides and coming back in. And that allows us to maintain the contraction in our core, our muscle engagement. And we don't want a really strong core connection. On a level of 1 to 10, we don't want to be really squeezed in. We're probably on about a level 2 to 3. So breathe in and out through your nose. And I'm not going to go into the Pilates breath today, but I just want you to keep breathing during these exercises. All right, return your hands to the sides of your torso. And then I'd like you to start rocking through your pelvis. So this is called a pelvic tilt, where you draw the front of your pelvis up towards your navel, and then you tip the front of your pelvis away. So if you pop your hand onto your stomach and feel your pelvis moving underneath you. You can also have your hands perhaps on your hips or even just at the base of your spine, just to get the articulation through the base of your pelvis. So it's just a little tilt. I'm exaggerating it here so that you can see. So I've got a big gap underneath my back when I've got my pelvis in one direction, and then it comes back, and I'm imprinted then against the mat. So you're just tilting your pelvis a little bit, up and down. All right, from here, take your hands either side, get stable in your feet, and then you're going to tilt your tailbone up towards the sky and slowly peel on up into a bridge position. And then roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down, and feel that little pelvic tilt. And again, tuck and up. So these are little pelvic curls into little bridges. And the purpose here is getting our spine mobilized through our lower spine, Good, and we're also getting control here. So these are nice and controlled movements. We're not rushing here. And our pelvis is staying stable. So press evenly down through both of your feet. And your pelvis should be level the whole way, introducing some nice pelvic stability. Let's do one more here. And feel connected into your body here. One of the ways of 5 ways of well-being is connection. So connect into your body, come back to neutral, and then slowly make your way up to seated. Okay, so in seated, we're having our knees up. Take your arms out in front of you. Have a little shrug off through your shoulders. Make them nice and relaxed. And we're just going to come back a little way into a little curve. So to do that, I tucked my navel in towards my spine first and initiated what we call a C curve. So I'm here in this C curve and I'm holding here. This is a little hold back of a roll. And then we're going to come back up all the way to seated, crown of the head high to the ceiling. Back down, hold, and up. Now you can get as low as you wish in these. You can come a lot further back. You might start some little shaking going and back up. So go to your depth, go to your challenge. Hold it for a couple of breaths and then back we come up. Let's do 2 more. Down we go. Hold. Release any tension from your shoulders, anything from your face, and back up. Restacking your spine. Off we go again, back we go. Hold. Good, you're giving to your body here, so good. Being connected for 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Coming round onto all fours. So we're going to go through some bird dog moves. So let's extend. Before we do that, let's have a setup. So your knees and hips are in line and your shoulders are over your wrists. From here, extend your right leg behind you, roughly at hip height with your toes pointed, and then bring it back in. Extend it out, bring it back in. Now you can stay here, or you can add your left arm out as your right leg extends. And then everything back in, out and in. You can stay here, or you can connect knee to elbow underneath and extend long. Connect underneath and long. Good, keep going. I like to exhale as I draw in underneath. Inhale as you extend. Let's do 4 more. You're keeping your pelvis nice and stable. Lengthen through your body. Last one. Feel it, hold it, and back down. Good, have a little roll out through your wrists if you need it. And set on up for the other side. So get your alignment first. Your feet can be tucked behind you or untucked. And let's begin with our left leg. So extend your left leg behind. You can have a little peek the first time, see how far up your leg is. We're aiming for hip height and draw it back in. Out you go. Back in. Stay with this or introduce the right arm. And in. Extend and in. Stay there or introduce the hug underneath. Knee to elbow, exhale. Really make that touch underneath nice and controlled. And we're in precise movements. We've got our concentration level is up here. We've got 3 more. Last 2. Keep breathing. Last 1. And then hold the extension, hold it long, breathe, draw your left hip down towards the earth, level hips, and everything in. Nice, roll off through your wrists. Do whatever little movements you might need just to shake off. Now we are going into some ab work. So let's come down again onto our seat. and we're going to be doing the hundreds. So this is quite a classical Pilates move. So come in to a tabletop position with your feet. So my inner thighs are connected together, my calves are connected, my ankles are in line with my knees, and my knees are directly stacked over my hips. So this is tabletop position. Head, neck and torso can stay down, or it can be lifted in this move. You're going to have your arms down by your side. Lift your arms from the mat so that your arms and shoulders are all in line. Optionally, you lift your head, neck and torso, and then you start to beat through your arms. So this is called the hundreds. And for our breath here, we inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. So you inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. So that was 50 that we did there. So we're going to come back and do another set. You can keep your legs as they are, or you can extend your legs long into a straight position at a 45-degree angle. You can still have your head, neck and torso lifted, or they can be down, and your arms. So we're moving from the shoulder joint, and you imagine you've got a soft peach under your chin that you're just keeping there in position. And with your arms, it's like you're on water maybe. With your hands, you're just patting the water. So we're moving entirely from the shoulder joint, not bending through our elbows, just through our shoulders. So let's come back up for another 50. So we'd normally do hundreds, which is why it's called hundreds. We've done it in 2 blocks of 50. So taking your position, you can be back in that tabletop position just like the first time, or challenge yourself with your legs long, pointing through your toes, or flexing through your toes. I'm going to point this time. Up we go. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest. Draw your knees in, very good. Have a little shrug side to side. And we shall continue with some ab work. So we're going to come into a single leg stretch here. So still lying down, let's come into that tabletop position again. So with the single leg stretch, we extend one leg long and we take a hold of our bent leg, and then we switch, and we switch, and we switch, and we switch. So head, neck and torso can be lifted like I'm doing, or it can be down on the ground and you're working through your legs. Take your options. Really extend out through your extended leg. And it's just a light touch on each hand. This is a bit of coordination coming in here. And lift both of your shoulders off of the mat if you're lifting your head, neck and torso. And you're drawing your navel down towards your spine as you do this. Good. Let's go for another 10. 9. 8. Keep breathing. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent work. Take your feet nice and wide on your mat. Draw your knees together and just let them rest there. With your arms, take your arms up to the ceiling and then draw them overhead. Have a little stretch through your arms. Back to the ceiling, overhead. Good. Now with your knees, you can do some little flip-flops from side to side. Take both your knees over one side and then over to the other. I would love to do some more core. We don't have a huge amount of time though, so we'll save all those other exercises for other times. This is just to give you a taste of the Pilates. However, we are going to do a little hold next. So we're going to come onto a forearm plank position. I do have a little timer that I'm consulting here. So we're going to set up from the forearm plank hold. So forearms are on your mat or the ground. I have my fingers really wide for support here. And then we're going to place one foot behind us and the other foot at shoulder distance or hip distance. So as soon as we get up, the clock is starting. So off we go. All right, so from here, to stay really strong in this hold, press out through your heels behind you. Really draw your inner thighs together, draw your thigh muscles in towards your bones. Your pelvis is nice and low, but it's also in line with your spine and the rest of your body. You're drawing your navel in towards your spine, keeping your hips nice and level. And you're using your forearms here. You're pressing down into your hands. You've got your shoulders are stacked over your elbows. You are halfway. No tension in your face. If there's tension, get rid of it in your face. Relax your brow, soften through your eyelids, and breathe. Breath will get you through. You have 12 seconds. Keep breathing. Really good. Stay lifted. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Press back into a child's pose position. Excellent work. You stay in your child's pose, have a little breath, have a little wiggle side to side. So that was actually a minute plank hold. That might surprise you. It goes pretty quickly when you're talking through the different parts of your body to engage. So really well done on your plank hold. We're going to go into a little sideline series. So coming down onto your forearm, I'm on my left forearm here. Your bottom knee is bent, your top leg is long. You can have your upper arm, your right arm on the mat or ground in front, or it can be on your hip. From here, you want nice elongation through the crown of your head, out through your leg. And then we're going to lift and lower. So lifting your top leg and lowering. And your eye gaze here, keep it straight ahead. I want you to imagine the back of your neck all in a straight alignment. And you're moving here from your hip socket. So your whole leg is moving. Point out through your lifted toes. And we're not about the height of what you're lifting your leg to, but it's about keeping your pelvis stable. So both of your hip bones, the front of your hips, are staying facing forwards. All right, on your next one, hold at your highest. Little pulses up and down. Little pulses. Yeah. These start getting in there. Good. Now little circles. Good. Keep breathing. This is where the precise control comes. Other direction, little circles. Last little bit here. You've got it. So strong. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now draw your ankles together. Your knees are together. Take your upper hand to your hip still. And in your lower body here, you want to stay lifted through your left side. So you'll notice that there's no slouching here. So where I'm losing stability. Really lift up, press down through your forearm, but also stay lifted here using the oblique muscles of our torso. So keeping your heels together, opening up and back down. These are called clams. Good. So the key as well to this movement, we're not opening up our hip all the way up to the ceiling. So we're keeping a nice constrained little movement, working through all of our muscles through our hips, through our buttocks, through our thighs. And then you're also controlling on the way down. So we're not letting gravity do the work. We're controlling on the way down. Let's do 6 more. Three more. Keep your ankles glued together. Last one. Good, very nice. From here, keep your knees where they are, but come up to seated. So we're in a mermaid seat, this is called, or a Z seat, or a Z seat. And we're just going to go through a few little mermaid stretches. So planting your left hand, drawing your right arm over, let your left hand just have a little bend in the elbow and then back over. One side and the other. So really get length through your body and then coming over to the side. One more each side. And inhale as you reach up and relax. Okay, let's do the other side of the sideline series. So coming down this time on your right forearm, if you were the same side as me, bottom leg is bent, top hand either on your hip or down at the ground for support. So lift and lower. Good. I've got my feet pointed. Lots of variations we can do with this series. We could point on the way up, flex on the way down. So why don't we give that a go on this side? Just feeling how it feels a little bit different. Targets a few different muscles through the different engagement through our legs. And it's taking notice of your body. Part of the 5 ways of well-being as well is taking notice. Stay nice and lifted in your lower side body. Good. On the next one, stay up. Little pulses. Good. Really good. In 5, we'll go to circles. 3, 2, 1. Little circles. Ooh, little circles. Keep your upper thigh engaged. Other way. It's amazing how quickly the little spice in this move seems to just kick on in. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, and bring it in. Okay, straight into your clams. So your ankles are together. Upper hand on your hip. Open and close. And if you want to coordinate your breathing here, exhale as you open, inhale as you close. There's a lot of different ways that we engage our body in Pilates. This is just a real taster session. There's a lot to do with our alignment, a lot to do with our breathing, the centering, our core, all of those principles I mentioned at the start. Let's do 6 more. Remember controlling on the way down as well. Keeping stable in your hips. 3 more. 2. And last one. Really nice. Coming into that mermaid position again with your knees. Right hand down to the floor. Having a little bend in that elbow as you reach up. And then round to the other side. So here, your sit bones are staying down on the ground. So we're not lifting up as we go. Staying nice and stable, nice and grounded. Grounded is a really nice feeling, I think, for our mental well-being as well. Staying grounded. Good, stretch long and high. Let's do 1 more each side. Good, and coming back to center. We're going to finish with a little bit for our back and our arms. So come down onto your front. Take your arms down by the side of your torso. Eye gaze down towards the floor, and your feet are just wider than hip distance. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, rise up through your torso, rise up through your legs, and lift your arms. And then everything down. Up we go, everything down. Good. My palms are up to the ceiling for this. 1 more of these. And then we're going to stay up and then just pump through your arms. So lifting your thighs off of your mat, lifting your ribs off of your mat, and little pumps through your upper arms. So a bit like in hundreds, but this time your arms are going from your hip up towards the ceiling. I'd like you to put your attention in the back of your arms, into your tricep muscles. Little pulses back for 5. Lift higher. 4. Shoulders back. 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Nice. All right, let's finish with some arms whilst we're standing. So coming up to standing, and we're going to be in a squat position with your inner thighs together, knees connected. and you're sitting down into like you were sitting in a seat. From the side, it's like this position here. Having our arms bent here in front, and my torso is at a diagonal here. And we're going to be pumping our arms just like we were running. So let's get a little pump on. Now, key here is to keep your pelvis really stable, glued in. So there's minimal movement of your body from side to side. Got to stay really stable. Good. Pick up the speed a little bit. 5. Really sprint. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your arms back just like we were doing. Sink a little lower. Torso at the diagonal. Pump, pump, pump. Good. Little pumps. Nice. Then draw your elbows in again. Back and in. So my elbows are almost glued into my ribs here. Just pressing back and in. Really nice. 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. I haven't lost count, don't worry. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Very good. Arms up, wide. Let's start circling those arms. Little circles forward. I've still got a little bend in my elbows. I'm softened in my shoulders. My shoulders are not up to my ears. I'm softened. Forward circles. You can have your hands together again or out. Fingers wide. Whatever's good for you. Let's reverse the circles. This movement here, if you've got some weights, you're welcome to have weights. You could have water bottles. You could have cans of vegetables or beans or whatever you've got in your cupboard. Nice. Really good. From here, let's come to cactus arms. Extend up and look up and down. Little bend in your knees, little softness, but standing upright. Good. Expand across your chest. Really expand. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Good. All right. So we're just going to do a few little cool down exercises, but very well done. That was your introduction to some Mat Pilates. Let's come down to your floor again. Get it into a straddle leg position with your feet. Take your hands to your shoulders. Shrug your shoulders backwards a few times and forwards. Nice and upright in the crown of your head. Flex your toes to your shins and then rotate one way, back to center and to the other. So this is a really nice way just to get a little rotation into our movement as well. Also just to cool down, coming back to our breath. Coming back after feeling topped up together today. And now, feeling how you're feeling in your body. Come back to center and then just take a gentle stretch forwards. You can have your knees bent here and you might be just forwards a little bit here. So we're rounding through our spine. You might be all the way down to the ground. Just go to your depth, just a little stretch forwards. You might feel a little bit in the back of your legs. And I welcome you here just to close down your eyes or just a gentle gaze down to the floor. And feel your breath in and out through your nostrils. Feel your body as it is now. Nothing to judge about your body. Just be grateful for the way that you've moved your body. And you may have done your exercises, your depth. But really good on you for getting on your mat today, getting on in your space and being committed to play this practice and join along with me. Take one more big inhale here. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Coming all the way up to seated. Do whatever little stretches you might need for your body. Let's take another big inhale here. You can take your arms out from the side as you inhale if you wish. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, open your mouth. Very good. Very well done. Thank you for joining me. and I'll see you again tomorrow for the next session. Thank you.